Got another Dogfish Head brew this week. No, we just did one last week, but this particular one hasn't been brewed in 7 years. Not since the first time it came out. This is the Raison D'Extra. The website and Untapped both clock it in at somewhere between 15 to 18% ABV, so it's going to be a pretty potent one. Another thing, most of you probably already know this, but if you spot the yellow cap, means that this beer is particularly suited to aging. So I've got another one thrown in the closet, along with a couple of 120-minute IPAs. I think the Burton Baton may be another one. Definitely old school, but keep an eye out for that cap if you didn't already know that, and that indicates a really good aging beer. So give them a few years in a nice, cool, dry place and check them out again. Sometimes you'll be surprised by how they evolve. So without any more of that, let's just get to this one. And so it's brewed with raisins, I believe molasses and caramel. Raisins definitely. I'll have to double check those other ingredients, but it's got a couple of really heavy, really sweet things that went into it. I do remember that much from when I glanced at it. I didn't put much of a head on that, so. Well, first thing you notice is that heavy sweetness, like a caramel or molasses. You can definitely tell that's in there. There's a hint of the fruitiness of the raisins. Not much of a hop aroma to it. I don't believe it's a very heavily hopped beer, so that's to be expected. I mean, you can definitely get that alcohol aroma off of that, knowing that it's a very strong beer, but it doesn't slap you in the face like I would have expected it to with something that high. And that's kind of a hallmark of the Dogfish Head brews. Anything they've got, even the 120-minute IPA, which is one of the highest ABV beers out there, it doesn't really hit you with that, and the taste of the alcohol just kind of blends in with everything else. So they're not obviously high ABV beers like some others are. And it goes down pretty smooth. And it's got a very wine-like taste, which is also to be expected of a high ABV beer with raisins as the primary component. It's very reminiscent of the raisin Raison D'Extra, I think is how you pronounce the regular Raison beer that they do. Also reminds me of the red and white Noble Rot, and actually the brewery Ommegangs, Valar Morghulis, the Game of Thrones brew there, which seemed to be working off of the same kind of wine-related recipe. And there is that bite of the alcohol. You can definitely taste the fruitiness of the raisins and the sweetness of some of the other components in there. I mean, just look at it. It's kind of got that dark hue to it. It's very heavy, as to be expected from a beer that looks like that. But it's really good. I don't know if I'd go with a 5 out of 5 just because of my personal tastes, but I definitely would rate it at a 4.5 out of 5. It's definitely worth checking out, and like I said, if you can track it down, get one bottle for now and another bottle to stick in the closet, or maybe several, but at $8 a pop, I only picked up 2. It's definitely worth the price, and if you can afford to do more, definitely grab a handful of them because it's really good, worth checking out.